Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys have had a great week and are ready to have a awesome holiday, because I know I'm looking forward to the holiday. So in this video, I'm doing a get ready with me, showing you guys how I came up with this Emerald City eye combination for the holidays. So if you're looking for something to kind of glam up your holiday season, if it's Christmas time, or you're just looking for a nice little look for New Year's, if you want to see how I created this look, please stay tuned and watch the rest of the video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, so I already moisturized my face using my lotion. Now I'm taking my Too Faced Hangover primer and I'm going to prime my face. I use this primer in the wintertime because it's a little hydrating. So I put this all over my face, and as you can see, I do put a large amount of primer on in the wintertime. After my face is primed, now I'm going to take my NYX micro brow pencil to do my eyebrows, and this is in the color chocolate. I really love this pencil because it's very slender and the color payoff is really good. And I just outline the bottom of my brow and then I do the top. I always have to fill in my ends because I don't have a lot of hair towards the end of my brow. So after I get it filled in, then I'm going to go ahead and use my concealer to clean up my brows. And with this, I'm using my Revelation Pro, and this is in the concealer 12.5. I use this underneath of my brow because it's 2 shades lighter than my skin complexion, so it gives me a nice highlight underneath of the brow bone. And for the top of my brow, I still use the Makeup Revolution, but I use the color 14 because it's a little more skin-like. Once I put that on, I'm going to buff it out using my little concealer brush, just to buff it out and it's not any harsh lines, which will help with the payoff for when I'm doing my eyeshadow. So, you can always go back in and fill in any parts that you think that you need to fill in. That's the one thing I like about makeup, is no right way or wrong way. If you mess up, you can always fix something. And I don't know about anybody else, but my eyebrows take the longest to do, to try to get them right. So now, going back to what I said, this is the Makeup Revolution in the color C14, and I use this one only for the top of my brow because it's closer to my skin complexion, and you don't want to use anything too light because that's not natural, and you want to have a natural looking brow. And I just blend it up, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And once I get the shape that I'm looking for, then I will do the same thing with my concealer brush. And just blend that out a little bit, just so the concealer is not harsh on my skin. Okay guys, so I knew I wanted to do something bold for the holiday season, and because I'm using color, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution in the color C2. This is more of a nude white base, and I'm just putting this on my lid because it will help my color show up a little bit better. And I'm just going to blend this in to the concealer that I put on my brow bone and my upper lid. And I only use this concealer on my eyebrows when I'm doing a makeup look that has a color to it. It just helps the color payoff so much better and make the look much brighter. So for my eyeshadows today, I'm using a old eyeshadow palette that I put together using some hot pots. But right now you're going to see me just use a regular translucent powder to just matte out that concealer so it's not as tacky when I'm putting on my shadow colors. So right now I'm just using a brick tone color as my transition color. This is just my everyday. You can use any type of orangey red brick color transition for your eyes. And I put this on my upper crease and a little bit in my lower crease as well. And I just blend it out very well. And for my eyes, I'm using this Hot Pot. These are from Coastal Scents. And this one is a hunter green, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it. And I'm putting this in my crease area. And I'm going to build this up because I really want this color to be very noticeable. And once I get it to the color payoff that I want, I'm going back in with my transition brush and just blending out the edges of that hunter green just so it's not any harsh lines and the colors are blending into each other. So again, I'm just packing this on inside my crease, right underneath of my brow bone. I wanted it to be really dark green, so I'm using this hunter green color. I'm going to darken it up later on, but I really wanted that color to be really deep right there in my crease. And as you can see, I'm going back constantly and blending with that brick tone. So now I'm taking a black to kind of smoke out that hunter green, and I'm focusing more so on my outer V area of my eye just to smoke it out. And I'm using a black just to smoke out that green because I want it really deep. And what I'm going to go back in with is a lighter green, a little bit lighter than the hunter, and just brighten that up a little teeny bit because I didn't want it to be so black. I wanted to make sure that the green still paid off. And again, I'm just keeping this more so in my outer V area and then dragging any of the excess color over towards my tear duct area. So this is me putting a little bit of that lighter color green on top of the black to give it the color, give some of that color back into it. And then of course you need to blend around the edges to make sure that isn't no harsh lines with that translucent color. You may have to go back in and put some of that bricky red back on your brush, but I really just used the color that was left on the brush and not add any more color. So for my lid color, I'm using this emerald green, and it has some sparks of gold. And I'm just putting this on the lid. This is another Coastal Scents. And it's called a Kiwi Green. I wanted a little more gold flecks in it, so I had a gold highlighter that I just dabbed a little bit on top of that emerald color just to give it a little more of a golden flecks. So this is what I'm doing now. Just adding a teeny bit of gold to that green just so it can make it sparkle a little more. So now just to highlight my brow bone, I'm taking this Makeup Revolution, and this is in the Neutral 2 palette, and it is like a pinky iridescent tone, and I'm just putting that directly on my brow bone just to highlight my brow bone, and it kind of make your face a little brighter. So I'm going to go back in and just take my transition color and just blend, because I put that iridescent color on a brow bone right over top of my transition color. And I want to make sure that they blend smoothly. And at this time, I'm taking my E.L.F. liquid liner, and I'm just going to go ahead and line the bottom, my lash line. And I didn't want to do a really big cat eye. I wanted my liner to be small because I have small lids, and I wanted to make sure that that emerald green color showed. So I just did a basic, just a small line using the liquid liner. And I kind of like the E.L.F. liner. It's very easy to work with. And you get a lot of product in that little tube. So once I got the liner on the way I wanted it, and I let the liquid liner dry down, I went in and just put my foundation. And today I'm using my Urban Decay Naked Foundation, and this is in the shade 71WY. And I love this foundation because it looks so skin-like. It's not heavy, it's very light on your skin. And I put this all over, making sure to blend my chin and right underneath of my neck. And I never put a lot of foundation on my forehead because my hair kind of covers my forehead. So I just put like 2 dabs and then just blend that in. For my concealer, I'm going to take my Born This Way concealer, and I'm taking 2 concealers right underneath of my eye. I'm putting my Butterscotch, and that's only so I can make my eye a little bit brighter and make me look a little woke. And right underneath of that, I'm putting Chestnut. Chestnut is more closer to my foundation color, so it blends very well when it's blended in with my foundation. Now, for the rest of my concealer, I use Chestnut for the rest of my face, on my chin, on my nose, and right on my forehead, between my brows. And I kind of just pat it in. I don't blend it more so just pat the foundation, the concealer into my foundation right underneath of my eyes. And I feel like it sets better that way and it's not streaky. And then I just bring any excess concealer right over top of my lip. I don't put anything right there. I just use what's on my sponge. And I do the same on my nose. I just kind of tap it in versus dragging a product. And I feel like it blends better that way. So to set my concealer today, I'm using the Too Faced Peach setting powder. And I'm kind of just pressing it into my skin. I do not bake. I just set my concealer so it don't crease. And as you can see, I just pat it in, and I'm going to go back and just brush that excess powder off my face. For my all over face powder, I'm using my Sephora setting powder, and this is the baked powder in the shade Ebony. And I'm just setting anywhere else that I put the foundation. So now I'm just going to bronze my face to warm it up. And I'm using my Covergirl. This is the Full Spectre Covergirl bronzer. And this is in the color Ebony as well. And I just put a little bit right underneath of my cheeks. I put some on my nose. And I always blend up to the side of my hairline. I don't contour my face because I feel like it's too harsh. And my face is round, so the bronzer to me goes better. And for my blush today, I'm using the Black Radiance blush in Toasted Almonds. And of course, this is the dupe for MAC's Raisin. And I just put a little bit of blush. This is the prettiest blush ever. I already put my lashes on, and these are the Adore lashes. So I put them on off camera, and now I'm just lining my bottom line, waterline with a black pencil, and I'm going to smoke out the bottom part of my I'm trying to fix my lash. Now I'm going to smoke out my bottom lid using the colors that I put on the top. So right now I'm using that emerald green with the sparks of gold. And towards the outer part of my eye, I'm going to go ahead and use the hunter green color just to make it deep with a little bit of that black. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. And this is my Urban Decay mini mascara. For my highlighter today, I'm using the Makeup Revolution highlighter, and I'm using 2 different colors. This is a gold and a bronze highlight, and I'm just putting a teeny bit on my nose and a little bit on my cheekbone. I didn't want to be overly highlighted. I wanted my face just to glow and not be overdo it, because my eyeshadow was already bold, and I'm just putting a little bit of that gold in my tear duct. For my lips today, I'm using a NYX brown, and if I'm not mistaken, this was the Cold Brew. And I mixed it with a redder tone, and I'm just doing a nude lip, and I'm actually using my Urban Decay lipstick. This is the color, the shade Maxi. And I'm just kind of going in and fooling around back and forth until I get it to the design look. And I put a gloss on top. I'm setting my face with my Urban Decay setting spray. And this is the final look, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It was quick and fast.